Hey guys, John here with a two-part review for you of the Apple iPhone. As you see, I'll get into the features of the iPhone. Let me tell you a little bit about the phone itself. First off, this is the phone. I'm sure you've all seen it in videos or in the Apple Store. It's got one button on the bottom, which serves as the home button. It's got the speaker right there that lets you hear. On the top of the phone is the headphone jack with the 3.5 millimeter headphones, but you can't use all headphones because it's recessed. Not sure why Apple did that, but it is. You've got the power button right there. The back of the phone, it's got the Apple logo. Here is where your antenna is. The left side of the phone has a switch that turns the ringer on and off. Kind of great, simple for meetings, and a volume up or down. Bottom of the phone, it's got the familiar iPod dock, it's what you use to charge it with. And the right side of the phone has nothing. So you guys can see it's very, very, very thin. And on the back too also is the camera right there. Overall, I've been using the phone since it came out pretty much. I've been very, very, very pleased with it. The call quality is good, no better or worse than anything else. The build quality of the phone seems excellent. The built-in speaker is good. When listening to music, it's actually very loud. The GUI on the phone itself, you can tell why it took Apple so long to come out with the phone. For those of you that might not know, GUI or GUI is a graphical user interface, essentially the operating system, what you see when you look at the phone. And I've never seen anything more fun to look at. It's got, even when you're minimizing applications, the zoom out effect, as you guys will see when I get into the review. Even though all these effects might seem just more like fun features, the phone does serve as a very powerful business tool. Email functionality is certainly serviceable. Web browsing is by far the best I've used on any phone, and I've certainly used my fair share across all platforms and most carriers. One of the complaints I've heard with the iPhone is the AT&T coverage. I can't really speak to that. It varies from where you live. Where I am, AT&T coverage is excellent. I had AT&T before, so there's no trouble there at all. Lack of 3G is certainly a problem, but you know that going into the phone that doesn't have that. 8 gigabytes of storage, which what I have, seems to be plenty for me, but I can see why people would want more, and I'm sure future models will have that. But again, overall, I'm very, very, very happy with the iPhone. Everywhere I go, it seems like there's a crowd around me. I just wanted to see it and play with it. It's that big and that exciting of a product. So in conclusion, if you have the resources to pick one up, it's absolutely worthwhile. It's a great phone. For me, activation was a piece of cake. It took 10 minutes, but I know people are having some trouble. But Apple is doing their best, I know, to fix it. Any questions, you can always go to your Apple store or call AT&T or Apple. So guys, here is part one. Enjoy the review. Ask questions if you got them. Thank you all for subscribing. Enjoy. Alright guys, let's get down to it. So here we have the iPhone in its off position. First thing that you need to do to turn the iPhone on is either push the one button here or the button on top, the power button. Push the menu button. Comes up prompting you to unlock. Slide the lever to the right, unlock. And that brings you to the iPhone's main menu. As you can see, it consists of 4 rows of 3 and then a bottom set of 4 hotkeys. I'll walk through kind of quickly each one here, but you'll see it's text, calendar, photos, camera, YouTube, stocks, maps, weather, clock, calculator, notes, settings. On the bottom you have phone, mail, Safari, and iPod. So we'll start from the top here. First thing you have is text. Click on text, it pulls up your most recent text. If you push the settings button, it gives you a list of all the recent people that you've texted. The texts are set up very easily, very similar to iChat for Macs. You can scroll through. What I've typed appears in the green. What here in this case my girlfriend has typed is in the gray, and you can scroll through very easily. Go back to settings. One cool thing that the phone does in order to delete text, if you slide your finger to the right over the main, hold up a little delete thing, hit delete, deletes the text. Kind of cool. Calendar is just a general calendar. I'll show you what it looks like, what you have today. If you had something going on today, it shows up below there. Photos is, I think, one of the shining features of the iPhone. Hit Photos. It pulls up all the photos you have synced. I'll pull up my camera roll, things I've taken with my camera. Let's give you an example. Here's a picture of my cat. It lets you scroll through just by flicking your finger. Goes to the next picture. And like we'll get to on the web, you're able to zoom in just by zooming. If this was a landscape picture, for example, if I were to turn it sideways, as you can see, the picture would rotate with it. Kind of a cool feature. You also have the option for photos to, on arrows, instead of scrolling with your finger, go to next. If there's a picture you want to delete, you can just hit delete, and very kind of cool fashion gets asked to be deleted, gets sucked right into the trash can. You also have the option in photos, you hit the menu button down there, to use as wallpaper, email photo, assign to contact, or cancel. Get out of photos here. Camera is a very simple camera. Big shutter appears, and then you've got your viewfinder. There's no way to zoom on the camera. There are no functions. It's take a picture of what you see. That is definitely one of the drawbacks of the iPhone, and you push the button right there to take the picture. YouTube is actually one of the features that I found myself using the most, and one of the features that I didn't think I was going to use at all. It's actually very cool. You hit YouTube, and you can search. You can view featured videos, most viewed, things you have bookmarked, or even a few options. I'll just show you real quickly what a video looks like. We'll go into featured, and let's find one here. Okay, just gonna pick one. Push play, turns horizontal, turn it for you, starts the buffer, and there it goes. Very cool. If you tap the screen, menu pops up, you can pause, fast forward, rewind, bookmark, email it, and you can fast forward by dragging your finger across. When you're done, simply hit done. Pulls you back to the main menu. Okay, sorry I got to breeze over these kind of quickly. YouTube cuts me off after a couple minutes. Stock, pulls up stock quotes. It's got Google Maps. That's a very familiar environment for online. I'll show you real quickly. Hit Google Maps. There's a local Apple Store. Hit Maps again. Pulls up just a very familiar Google Maps application. Weather, pulls up weather for where you are. Clock, pulls up a clock. Calculator, it's a calculator. Notes, just a simple notes program. Settings gives you a very limited customizing ability. Airplane mode turns off the wireless features. Wi-Fi, some usage, which tells you how long you've been using the phone since your last charge, how long you've been using the phone period for call volumes, and how much data you've sent and received. And you have the option of resetting that information as well.